Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Charisma. For my new K Squad members, welcome. Let's jump right into this review. It has been a while since I did a makeup tutorial, like light years, so I decided to go ahead and do one. I'll be doing more of these more often, but yeah, today we're going to be talking about how to prevent your foundation and or concealer from shifting or creasing or moving. It is totally just gross when that happens, especially on a hot day. No one wants to see streaks on their face. So I'm going to implement some of my own tips, and as well as a couple of other tips that I got from some makeup gurus here on YouTube, and I hope that that really does help. So if you want to go ahead and see how I prevent my foundation and my concealer from creasing or shifting, stay tuned. So first we're going to start off with primer, and you want something that's like pore filling. Not something that's just going to sit on top of the pores. You want something that's going to fill those pores in. Something with like a silicone base, like a water silicone base. Now usually I'll use my Becca Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector, which is this one here. But this is really heavy, and I only use this if I'm going to be out for a long time and I need some super staying power. But it's really thick. So today I'm just going to go ahead and use the POREFECTING from Benefit, and this is just the mini size, and this is, I believe, $13 in the mini version. And then dupes for this, I believe, are Maybelline's Baby Face. I hope I'm saying it right, but it's Baby Skin or Baby something, but that's like the dupe for the Benefit POREFECTING. So this has a silicone base, and it fills in my pores really well. I have really big pores on my nose and then right up under my eye area. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the primer on and just rub it in there. And I mean, you can already see my pores disappearing, girl. Yes, because that's what we want. We don't want those pores poking out. So you always want something that's going to fill in the pores. So I put that wherever my pores are prevalent. And then I also put it where I get oily the most, which is in my T-zone. So I'm putting it on the center of my forehead, up under my eye, and on my nose. And sometimes I'll even throw a little bit here on my chin. Next step is I'm going to set my primer. This is a step that I learned from Jackie Aina. And this is just regular Kat Von D translucent powder. It's like a mini version. I got it from Sephora for like my birthday or something. And I'm just going to take a little fluffy brush here, and I'm just going to set wherever I put that primer, because we want that primer to stay. So it's translucent. You're not going to see it. And you just set that primer wherever you put it. So like I said, I put it on my nose, up under my eye area, the center of my forehead, and on my chin. And we just want to set that, because we don't want them pores going, we don't want these pores showing, okay? And we do not want that primer shifting. So we're just gonna stick this wherever we put our primer. And once again, any translucent powder will work. Translucent powder is just what it is. It's translucent, you don't see it. So set that primer, ma'am. The next step that I do to keep this foundation from shifting is I go in with a really heavy duty full coverage foundation. Usually I'll use my Estee Lauder Double Wear. My shade is 5W2 Rich Caramel. This foundation is like, oh my God, it just does not move. I've worn this all year long. This is not like a seasonal foundation for me. I can wear this in the summer, the fall, the spring, the winter. You would find this to be a more heavy in the summer. So the dupe for this is ColourPop's No Filter Foundation. I use this a lot, and this is $12, and my shade is Dark 160. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go ahead and use a small amount of my Estee Lauder, because like I said, we want something that's heavy duty, that's not going to move, that's going to lock. So let's go ahead and apply some of the Estee Lauder to the face. What you do is take a concealer that is more so cream based. that would be NARS's Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I have this in the full size, and I also have this in a mini. These are two different shades. The one I practically use to highlight is Caramel, and then the one I use just for everyday use is Walnut. But today I'm going to go ahead and use it in the Caramel shade. This is a really good concealer, and it is cream based. And then another heavy duty concealer I love is Tarte's Shape Tape. This is heavy duty when you really want to cover up everything and you know that it's going to stay and it has really good staying power. Shape Tape is really good. Sometimes I'll mix the two and just put like little dots of Tarte around my face, and I mean, as far as highlighting, it's great. And then as far as if you just wanted to mask your bags, your crow's feet, your smile lines, it works great as well. So right now I'm going to take the Radiant Creamy Concealer and I'm going to apply it to my smile lines. I cannot stand my smile lines, so I'm going to go ahead and apply it there, and then anywhere else that I might want to conceal or highlight. And we want to be mindful when you apply concealer, do not apply it starting right under the eye there, because remember, concealer does crease quickly. I don't care what concealer you use, it creases really fast. So if you don't want this creasing in the under eye area where your bags are, you want to either apply it and then build up. So I'm going to put a little on my chin as well. And then we're going to put a tiny bit here at the top. And this is just to highlight. And I'm just going to wet my beauty blender here with a little bit of Fix It from MAC. And then we're going to go ahead and blend. And remember, like I said, blend up and out. You do not want to swipe. You are doing this in patting motions, like so. You're not swiping, because that would defeat the purpose. You want to make sure that that concealer gets all the way in those crevices, but you don't want to swipe it in there. You guys understand what I'm saying? And look how that nicely blends into the skin. And remember, you're blending up. You're starting from the bottom and you're going up. And you don't need a lot of concealer. I see a lot of tutorials where they are just drawing tic-tac-toes all over their face for that concealer. It's like, girl, you don't need that much concealer, because concealer goes a long way, especially if you're using a nice creamy textured concealer. So why are you putting all that concealer on your face, ma'am? You don't need all that concealer. And then what I'm also going to do, I'm going to apply the darker shade Walnut to my smile lines. Any problem areas you may have, you can apply concealer there as well. So next I want to take Laura Mercier's translucent powder in medium deep. And what I'm going to do is I'm setting my foundation and my concealer. I'm setting everything. For me, setting the foundation is key to keeping that makeup from shifting or moving, and as well as locking in that concealer. So we're going to use the deep shade first to set the entire face. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use Color Range Flawless Perfecting Sponge to do this with. Now, sometimes I will use a brush, but today I'm going to use a sponge. These sponges are the business, by the way. I love the shape of the sponge because it's flat on one side and the tip is very precise to get all into those nooks and crannies. And this sponge is only $6 over at colorrange.com. So if I were you, I would run out, walk, and go pick me up one of these sponges. And they are just absolutely everything. So soft, and they really blend. Using your powder, you want to dip the sponge in the powder. And then what you want to do is take your top or whatever you want to. Look, you're going to put the excess here. You don't want to put an enormous amount of powder on your face, okay? Because you don't want it to look cakey. And then we're just going to start applying it everywhere. We're just doing the same thing, stippling motions, just setting the powder. foundation and the concealer is set, I want you to really take a good look at my face and see how everything just looks a bit more blurred and even. So that's what we're looking for. I haven't taken the powder off, but I just wanted you guys to take a real good look at it. Everything is blurred and even and smooth, and it's set. So you could skip this next part if you want to, but I'm just gonna highlight just a tiny bit. But usually, like I said, my everyday makeup look, just to go run errands or whatnot, I don't do all that. I just set my face, take it off, set it again with finishing powder, and I'm good. But I'm gonna go ahead and set the highlight shade, and then we'll go from there. So I'm gonna go ahead in with Anastasia Beverly Hills' Deep Peach Setting Powder. And you know, like I said, you don't have to use this powder. You can use whatever powder is to your preference. But I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of this. And I'm just gonna set my under eye and wherever I want to highlight. I went ahead and set my highlight, and now I'm going to finish up my face, and I'll be right back. I'm back, so I went ahead and took off the rest of the setting powder and did some finishing touches, put my finishing powder on, and I'm pretty much done. If you want to set your face with setting spray, that's totally up to you, but I didn't do that because my face is pretty much set. So yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. I had so much fun filming this, and leave some comments down below for me if you have any tips for me or anyone else. I love teaching makeup. I love doing these makeup tutorials. It's been such a long time since I did one, and I'm going to be doing some more often. So yeah, thank you guys. If you guys approve of this content, go ahead and give me a really big thumbs up. I would appreciate that. If you're not subscribed, click that face right there. It's popping up somewhere around here to subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to click that recent upload. I would appreciate that. And until next time, my beautiful dolls, stay beautiful and blessed. Bye.